will eventually if enough people get involved.
Save the park.
Just by protesting, making enough noise that the politicians pay attention. One, two. Park is your park, we park in my park. From the oak tree to the children's playground of me. A streetlight skyway, I saw you roaming. The mountains fly
That's why these people are out here.
When she's close, when you dance.
And when her sergeant came, you know what she told me? Next to the car, well, I want to apologize to you. I said, yeah, because you were out of control. She turned around and saw me standing and she grabbed me in a chokehold and I said, miss, I don't even have nothing to do with this. And know what she told me later on? Straight up and down, she said, you intimidated me. There you go. You intimidated me. You're 5 foot nothing. You weigh about 104 pounds. Without that mace and that gun, how much of a threat are you on to anybody? How much of a threat are you on to anybody? Absolutely nothing. You understand? But because you want to be in a predicament, okay, where you want a man's job, you want a man's position, you want to be a fireman, you want to be everything, okay? But when you run into a burning building with a 300-pound woman laying on the floor, let me see you pick a throw on your shoulder and walk out of the house.
Well, to be perfectly honest, I'm in this park all the time. I live in Soho, and I've been there for 50 years. But I hung out here, and my daughter played in the water, and she played in the playgrounds here, and they did the first Halloween, the big Halloween parade was started here with all the kids, so we were part of that, and we don't want anything to change or to be moved from the park. We want them to repair. Look at these steps here, walking here. Can you walk here, and if somebody is a little feeble, they'll go down right away. The bathrooms, people come from out of town, and they want to use those bathrooms. They're disgusting. They are clean, and there's paper in them, but they need to be modernized so people say, wow, this looks really nice. We want to be able to show to people from the rest of the world the ghosts that are here. You don't want to take the ghosts away. That's what made this place. Elizabeth came into one of the senior centers, which is across the street at the top of the park, 20 Washington Square North. Now that is called the Caring Community, but the Caring Community has 4 centers. She came into the center asking people to come today to be part of the...
So you were the instigator here?
Yes, I was.
And how many people came?
At this point, I think we were about 40 at our height. I came to the park for 9 years with my mother, and she loved this park. I grew up in this park, I grew up in the neighborhood, and this was part of our daily routine. And through her, I met a lot of the seniors. Since her death, I've kept in touch with a lot of people. So I found out that they want to do things that are going to be unpleasant for the seniors to use the park. Taking out a couple of the walkways. The bathrooms are not handicapped accessible. There's a pathway directly across from 20 Washington Square North, which is the Caring Community Senior Center, and the seniors use it on a regular basis. They want to remove that and put in a lot more grass, because that's supposed to make the park greener. Taking out trees and putting in grass, I don't understand this. I haven't spoken to any ecologists that I know. And the idea that the seniors are in this park more than anyone. The dog run people, the playground people, the musicians, and the senior citizens. Those are the residents of this park on a daily basis. And I felt that since I knew a lot of seniors, I would put them together and let them voice their opinion, and they've been wonderful. Yes, I did. Our Lady of Pompeii. We had members from 20 Washington Square North, Our Lady of Pompeii, and the First Presbyterian Church. They all have part of caring community.
Oh, well, you've got the Greenwich House, which is not caring community; it's its own entity, and then people who come just because they're coming to our centers for a program or for lunch, and they come from other centers all over the city. It isn't just the people right here. We have people who come to 20 and they live in Brooklyn or Queens, and they come here all the time because of the programs, which means then they sit in the park. And we do things in the park, and we listen to the musicians or just hang out. We're all an extended family, and this is part of our backyard is correct.
Hundreds of seniors from the 3 centers have signed our petitions to stop the renovation. And we all feel that if you take this park and change it, you're ripping the heart out of Greenwich Village and ripping our heart out as well. So save our park. He was my protege. I'm so proud of him. So I'm going to go thank the musicians for the singers. Thank you so much for your singing. It really
Thank you.
puts a cherry on top of our beautiful singing. A classical cellist, but she loved doo-wop, and she would have been sitting there just singing along and having a great time.
I'm glad they asked us.
Yeah.
I'm glad they asked us.
Thank you so much for all
Sure.
your help.
Anytime.
She'll bring you a piece of cake if I bake one.
Oh, I understand.
Okay?
Thank you. We will be here again now. Groundstone. Groundstone. Well, we're normally from 57th and 7th. We are all native New Yorkers. But we say it seems like singing doo-wop just brings out the inner soul of a song, you know? See, these days they had hip hop. I mean, that's okay for people who like it. But it doesn't really mean too much. Right now, R&B, doo-wop, it comes from the heart. You have to know what you're singing in order to sing that. And right now, I love it. See what this brings? I love it. Platters and the Coasters, we all do shows together. My name is Gerard. I've been singing with the Drifters for 5 years now.
For the park, and they're saying that the earliest they could start construction would be at the end of this month, and they have to have. There's a 7-day wait period from when the judge makes a decision. I think that's to allow if the pro-park people win their case, then they have to have 7 days in which they could appeal the decision. So I don't know where.
So that's the latest.
That's the latest.
Making the bathroom accessible.
Here?
Yeah. They won't move on that.
No, that's like phase 3. With
You see my part here?
yeah. That's like the last thing on their agenda. That's Christine Quinn. It's the last thing on the agenda. Phase 3. Remember that meeting?
Has gotten in his head that to obey the ADA is to play a game, and it's a game that they will participate in. So it's not real, it's not the law, it's just something that maybe they have to deal with on this park, or maybe they have to deal with it on that park.
Jamaicana,